to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 42 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Allen now looks to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Allen to the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Wilson. That one into the hands of Flowers. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Throw caught by Flowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Wilson. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Wilson. And Walker has it. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. 7-7, our score after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's 2nd and 10. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. David Ajabo able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Wilson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning to an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First down, here's Mitchell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
To throw is Wilson. It's caught. Mitchell. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. 49 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Open man completes it to Butler. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers. And he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie. But that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Wilson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Tate to return it. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Ravens force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A handoff from Mitchell running left. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding Walker, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. A good pickup there, a 22.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Wilson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. To throw again is Wilson. Laying out is Davis, and he's got the football. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Mitchell will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Allen now looks to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They run it again with Cook. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss.
Five wide. Out.
Throwing now is Allen. Rolling to his right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Here comes third down at 7.
Tight.
Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Allen. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. They run over center with Mitchell. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Running left, here's Mitchell. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's Wilson. Throw caught by Flowers. Powering his way forward. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got him the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Wilson on the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, first and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now Allen. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, first and 10. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Wilson. And Walker has it. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A give here to Mitchell. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Second down, goal to go. On the handoff, Mitchell. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Mitchell. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. But defensively, that's a nice stop there on 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Now, offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you've got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right?